Alright, what's up, Wolfpack? We got the first recorded look of the day, but before anything starts, we got a little bit of a sponsored segment. My friend said he'd pay me $15 to put his Instagram on here, so I'll put it right there whenever I edit this. But go follow that. But that's really it. For the first warm-up set, we just got 55 pounds. We're doing bicep curls. I would normally do these on a cable, but all the cables are kind of being used up right now. So just doing what I can. It's not going to affect me too much in the long term. So, yeah. But like I said, 55 pounds. Just a warm-up set. Not expecting it to be too crazy. All right. Okay. Yeah. This one's overall just a lot lighter in general compared to like a cable exercise. You know, usually on cable, max I can do is like 62, I think, and I can only do that for like 4 reps. Like this, I switched it up to 100 because overall it's just a relatively like easier thing to load up on. Couldn't tell you the reason why. I bet you some people could, but I can't. So we're just going with it being the pulley system and something like that. But I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. As I was getting ready to record this, I was kind of realizing like I'm very unprepared for today. Outside of that, the one segment that I thought would be a little funny, which I already did. But one thing I can talk about is I did a little bit more research on the RDLs, or not the RDLs, the SLDLs that I did last video. And turns out they do target they target both the lower back and the hamstrings, and also the glutes. So I'm still not 100% sure if I'll add them, because I know it targets the lower back, which I kind of want to keep the lower back like kind of on its own, on lower back day. But you know, if I switch it, I might take out a back exercise here, but I'm not 100% sure on that yet. You know, worst comes to worst, I just either won't do it, or I just do three backs in the span of 2 days out of the 3 kind of working days, I guess. So I'm not super worried about it, but I am going to do a little bit of research not really research, but just kind of some thinking, just to see if I really want it in there or not. Let me actually, forgot to turn on noise cancellation, but yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated on that. What else can I talk about? Oh, so I guess this is kind of a crutch at this point, but we got more updates on the day in the life video. I did film a lot of it today, but I'm still not happy with it. Like they're much longer segments, which is the main issue when I first recorded it. But I feel like it doesn't really show my day in the life. I feel like I was a lot more like I was kind of just acting like the camera was there a lot more, and I don't think it really portrayed it well. I also forgot to record a bunch of things in between then, so sadly, I'm pushing it back again. But you know, at least you guys know I did try to do it. But I'll probably do it next week. I think Thursday is a good day for me to do it, though, as like I said, it's like my second least busiest day besides like the weekend. But like it gives me enough time to kind of go over my stuff and kind of just really sit down and kind of just record my day. But like I said, with today's, I just feel like it didn't really represent my day well, which maybe it's just me kind of being biased. Like maybe it's, I expect my day to be a little different than what it actually is. But like I said, I don't think it represents it well. So I'm gonna retry it. And I'm kind of getting annoyed in a sense that that I feel like I've kind of almost been putting it off in a sense, just because I don't want to edit it. But I think what I might do is just, whether it's good or bad, next week, just film it and then ship it out. Just because I feel like I'm almost kind of being perfectionist, a bit of a perfectionist, which I don't think is going to be helpful in the long term. I could make it perfect, but, perfect is a hard thing to attain. So, yeah. I'll keep you guys updated, but I'm going to do the first working set now. Like I said, after the warm-up set, got 100 pounds on the machine. I don't know how many I do. I don't normally do this, but my guess is probably 6 to 8, but you guys know I try to go to failure. So, we'll see. Okay. Overall, pretty good set, if you ask me. I'm gonna go up and weigh. I'm pretty sure I did 11 there. So, a little more than what I expected. But, overall, still pretty happy with it. Still was able to kind of push myself. Man. I guess, since you guys kind of know I don't really have much to say right now, if you want to hear my opinion on stuff that you want to know, or you have a question for me, leave it down in the comments, and I will answer it whenever. Probably the next video. Man, what can I talk about? I'm gonna stop filming for now. Similar to the other days where I don't really have much to say, because I'm not gonna have you guys just see me think for like 2 minutes and then I say kind of an idiotic point. So I'm gonna pause it. Next time I turn on the camera, I'll either have a thought ready or I have my next working set. So I'll see you guys then. All right. So, like I said, prior to this recording, I really didn't have much to say. The one thing I will say before I get into this working set, it's not going to be like super long, but there is a new Yeat album that came out as I've been here. I listened to a couple of the songs prior to me recording this. Nothing really surprised caught my attention, except for the Don Toliver song. I think it's called Griddlë. If I finish the album before I end this video, I'll give you guys a rating of how I feel about the album and all that. So, stay tuned in case I do that. But we got 115 on the curl, on the machine. I don't know how many I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna go to failure. So we'll see, and then we'll go from there. All right. Okay. Right in it right there. That last rep was a little bit of a grind. But, yeah, I'll turn back on the camera when I have another exercise that I'm ready to fill. And I'll see you guys then. Alright, what's up, Wolfpack? We got the last recorded lift of the day. And it's also the last exercise of the day for me. We got chest press. I'm going to do the warm-up set, and then I'm going to get into the Yeat review, as I literally just finished it. Alright. We got 55 pounds on the machine. Just do however many I feel like. Okay. Move it up to 115 for now. I don't know how many I'm going to be able to do with this, but let's get into the review. So, overall, I'm very disappointed with the album. I think, honestly, I think he should have taken a little bit more time in terms of just waiting to release it. I feel like probably my biggest issues with it is that I don't think the drums work well with with the synth and stuff. Like I feel like the melodies need a different kind of drums, and he didn't really, in my opinion, didn't really have the greatest drums in the world. I mean, besides that, I also think some of his vocals were kind of a little, weren't really as, I guess, like I feel like he should have put a little bit more, what's the right word for this? I feel like there needed to be a little bit more effort put into it, like a little bit more of like emotion into it, into his vocals. I feel like he was wasn't really a whole lot of didn't feel like there was a whole lot of passion in the music that he was making, which, I think it really kind of made the album kind of feel kind of generic. One thing I will say though, there's a couple of positives. The feature list is crazy. Like, the fact he got Elton John on a song, let me look at the track list real quick. Yeah, Lose Control has Elton John on it. Like, that's crazy. I would have never thought to hear those two together. And I mean, it's not like too crazy of a feature. I'm pretty sure it's just the intro. But going over my favorite songs, probably it's either Griddlë or Back Home. I think Griddlë, both of them, yeah, this really just kind of stems for both of them. But both of them are songs I would consider the drums actually work well with the synths. But then again, I do in general, I kind of prefer more of the kind of like a late night drive-esque sound. And I think both of the songs kind of portray that a little well. But least favorite is whatever the single's called. Let me pull up the track list again. Start with this little botchy, I guess. Let King Tonka Talk. That one sucked. I don't know why he thought Kylie Jenner would have been good to add on it. I think take her off the song, and maybe the part where he's after Kylie Jenner, where he's kind of just going a little crazy, he should have had that energy throughout the entire song, and I feel like it would have been a much better song overall. But he didn't keep it. So, in my opinion, wasted potential on that song. I don't think the beat's bad. I like that really, really prominent bass at the start. That's awesome. But I mean, I guess for pretty much all these songs, I don't think I don't think Yeat kind of brings it. I think he doesn't really have that emotion, like I said. So overall, I give the album a 3 out of 10. You guys already know my favorite and least favorite songs. If you want to hear my opinion on some other albums, whether I've listened to them or not, leave them down in the comments, and I'll review another one probably tomorrow if there's other ones down there. If not, we're just doing how I normally do it. But I'm gonna get this first working set out of the way. Got 115 pounds on the machine. Last time I did this, I got like a good 6, so I'm expecting about 6. Hopefully more though. All right. Overall, pretty good set there. I'm gonna go up and wait. I feel like I wasn't really keeping count of how many I did there. If I had to guess, I have a feeling I did like 7, 8. So pretty happy with the set. But we are gonna go up and wait to 130, just to, push myself. Feel like I could do it. But now I gotta think of stuff to actually talk about instead of, the Yeat album. Oh, actually, one thing I'll say, I'm kind of shocked at this, but I'm really kind of hoping that like Kanye or Ye has a good album tonight. I feel like I was really hyped for this Yeat album, and like I said, it's just overall a disappointing thing. So I'm hoping Kanye pulls through. Hopefully, he sticks to his words that he's been saying on his tweets and stuff, where he said there's not going to be AI. I don't know how likely it is, but as of recent, he's done a lot of things I think he should do in terms of PR, I guess. So I'm hoping he continues to follow the streak. But yeah, like I don't have super high expectations for Bully. I know he recently updated the track list from whatever it was on the pre-save, and now I checked as ADL came out, but I didn't really see I didn't see the pre-save anymore. Like I had it pre-saved, but I don't see it in my library. And I went to check his Spotify profiles. I only check Ye and Kanye West. Maybe it's on like Donda or whatever. But I checked those two and I didn't see it there. So I don't know what's going on in terms of that. But like I said, hopefully he pulls through, because I was really disappointed from the Yeat release. In terms of some better news, though, I got an email earlier today, which, let me preface this is kind of about my roommate, but not really. And I know I said I was going to stop talking about my roommate, but this is somewhat, it got me in a pretty good mood today. But I got an email saying I was finally put into a dorm for next year. And just saying, I'm pretty happy with the roommates. I don't know them fully, but I can tell you right now, it's not my original roommate who I currently have. So overall, I was in a pretty good mood after I saw that. I'm hoping they're at least somewhat better. Maybe they actually go to the gym. So, maybe there'll be other people at the RIT gym that I record with. But well, I guess we won't know until next year. But I'm gonna rip out this last set because I am kind of running out of time, and I do need to study for a test tonight, which normally I wouldn't study for this for an accounting test. But I low-key have no clue what's going on in that class, so I need to do a little bit. But yeah, like I said, 1:30 on the machine. We'll go from there, and then you guys know what I do normally. Okay. Ran it off right there. I don't think I could have gotten another rep out. Overall, pretty happy with the set today. If you guys enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and share it with your favorite friends and coworkers. If you want to follow me on other stuff, there'll be a link tree in the description. Make sure you do your laundry, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.